Can we be the key to our own happiness? Happiness. It makes life so much better. When we are happy, life just seems so much more worth living. We can cope with situations with much more grace, and we look and feel so much better. I'm sure someone once said the best accessory we can have is a smile. If you know who it was, please comment below. In today's society, with such fast-paced lives and the rise of the need for instant gratification, it is becoming harder to make ourselves happy. So many of us use the phrases, "I'll be happy if," or "I'll be happy when." If I was slimmer, when I get that job, if I had a bigger house, when I earn more money, if I had a newer car. Really, the list can go on. I'm hoping that this little video will help inspire you to start looking at your life and help you to realise that you have so many things already in your life to be happy about. With constant subliminal messaging all around us, it's not hard to see why we are becoming a less happy nation. We are constantly being told to look a certain way, act a certain way. It's so confusing sometimes, and this can lead to being frustrated, and that can lead to us being unhappy. Yes, society is starting to change, with messages like, "Be happy in your own skin," and "Love who you are," and I'll be honest, I'm completely here for those. But for some reason, we're still becoming a more unhappy as a nation. What if I told you, instead of saying, "I'll be happy if," or "when," you can actually be happy right now, today, with who you are and what with you have? Would you believe me? Can we really be the key to our own happiness? As years have passed and I've gotten older, I've started to realise that no matter how many possessions I own, how many promotions I received, how many items in my wardrobe, and how many nights out I went out with friends, I was never truly happy. I never allowed myself to be happy because I always wanted more. I wanted the newest phone, a faster car. I thought the more expensive my clothes were, the happier they would make me. But they never did. And over the past few years, I've realised that all this subliminal messaging we keep receiving is all a lie. None of the things I was told that would make me happy actually make me happy. If anything, they make me more unhappy. Nothing is ever good enough. That was until one day I decided things needed to change. I realised that I needed to open the eyes and see what I already had in my life, and that objects were not the key to my happiness. I was the key to my happiness. Well, actually, the way I was thinking, my thoughts are the key to my happiness. I'm sure you've heard of gratitude, of meditation, and learning to love ourselves for who we are. Well, these things are the things that helped me realise that I already had everything in my life I needed to be happy. When I started showing gratitude for the things I already had in my life, I started to feel less of the need to buy new things. I was grateful for all the things around me, and when I looked at them, or when I wore them, or when I used them, I actually loved them. And this progressed into me becoming so much more content with what I had. It helped me to slow down my life and realise that my mental and physical health helped greatly towards my happiness. So I started putting my health first, creating much more self-respect and self-love, leading to much more happiness. Do you see where I'm going with this? This helped me to see what I loved about my life. And I learned to cherish those things, those moments, again creating more happiness in my life. See what I did there? Over the past year, I have focused on learning to love who I am and realising what actually brings me happiness on a daily basis. From enjoying my first coffee in the morning in my favourite mug, to wearing clothes I feel so comfortable in, to walking my dog in our local park, and one of the best ones, hearing my son laugh. So many small things make me smile to myself. These things are so insignificant that if I did not acknowledge them, they'd pass me by without a second thought. So many small things that happen throughout my day that I have learned to notice. So many people want us to believe that things are what make us happy. It makes them a lot of money at the end of the day. But if we allow ourselves to slow down just a little and learn to notice all the small things that we already have, we might not need to buy that new item or go on that elaborate holiday that we really just can't afford. If we show ourselves all the amazing little things we have in our daily lives, life can be so much more worth living, and we can just become so much happier. Some things that can help bring more happiness into our lives are things like writing down what we're grateful for, meditation to help us calm our minds, learning to slow down and to really take in the happy moments of each day, allowing our minds to de-stress now and again by allowing ourselves time off social media. Simple little things that over time will build up and help us to realise that we can allow ourselves to be happy now with what we already have. Some people believe that being grateful for what we have now is settling for less, and it makes us complacent. This cannot be further from the truth. It is simply being grateful for what we have now whilst working towards what we want. Most of us have goals. We want to achieve all things we want to buy, but by being grateful for what we have now will bring us a lot of happiness whilst we work for the bigger things that we want. Some people roll their eyes when I mention meditation, as it's associated with hippies and monks, and believe there is no place in today's society for such a thing. But I believe that's not true. Yes, meditation does take time and practice, and it can be frustrating when we first start. But what people need to realise is that meditation is not about clearing your mind of all thoughts. This can't be done, by the way. We have thousands upon thousands of thoughts every day. It's just the way our brains work. It's about calming ourselves and see what we have. It's about calming ourselves to see our thoughts and allowing them to pass by without judgment. I once heard someone say, treat your thoughts like clouds. See them and let them pass by. And this really helped me when I first started. We have thoughts, we all do, but allowing ourselves to learn to detach from our thoughts and allow them to pass by without beating ourselves up is truly amazing. By learning to calm our minds and notice a lot more around us, we learn to appreciate the small moments, and by doing this, it makes us smile. Whenever I say take a break from social media, the anxiety that crosses most people's faces is unbelievable. It's huge because they feel that they're missing out on something important, but when they actually take a break, they realise that they've missed nothing. They actually felt better by having time away and taking themselves away from the pressure of having to comment and stay up to date with everything that is going on in everybody else's lives. Being away from the screen allowed their brains to relax, and they felt so much refreshed and so much happier for doing so. Really, if they're really, really true friends and you haven't commented on a picture, they shouldn't care. Real friends don't do that. Real friends support you. When we allow ourselves to do something good for ourselves, to slow down, be grateful for what we have, we allow ourselves some breathing space and let ourselves let go of some of the day's pressures. And this in turn will allow you to be happier. The more and more we do this, the happier we become, and the more we show ourselves the joy we already have in our lives. Small things add up, so the more things that we notice on our day-to-day life that make you happy, the happier you will become. It's a nice little cycle. So why not allow yourself to notice all the small things on your daily life? There are so many things we can do to help us become much more happier right now. I do hope this has helped you to bring some inspiration to help you find those things that bring you happiness. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for listening.